Hey guys, so I figured I would come on here and finally do a pregnancy update. Um, I took a bit of a break from pretty much all social media, but especially like Twitch and YouTube. I didn't really upload or anything as I was working, but now I'm not again, so I figured might as well. And I didn't document much with my first daughter, so I really would like to document as much as I can with this one. So I am 23 weeks and a couple days, a day, I think actually. Um, with the second pregnancy, like it's like, around where you are, but like not exactly. Like when I was pregnant with Aurora, I knew exactly when I was, but I'm chasing a 2-year-old around now, so that's not always what I'm thinking about. But I'm 23 weeks. Symptoms wise, right now, I'm feeling pretty good. Been pretty tired recently. That's been like my biggest symptom, I would say. I would say that it could possibly be from the pregnancy, but I also have cut out soda, which I used to drink daily. So I'm also not drinking coffee because I need to clean out my coffee thing, but I'm clearly too lazy to do that. So, pretty much no caffeine, so that could be why. I also have a thyroid condition, so my levels could be off. That can, make me more tired. So, tiredness right now, heartburn at night is like bad. So I usually take famotidine, which I think is the same thing as Pepsid, I believe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, I take that, and that does really help. It just takes like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes to kick in. So in between there, I'm feeling like in between there, I'm feeling like I have swallowed like fire. But I've actually had heartburn for quite a while in this pregnancy. One of my first symptoms was that I just randomly had heartburn, and when I'm not pregnant, I do not get heartburn. Doesn't matter what I eat, I don't get it. Like I'm 21, so it's not a common thing, for me at least. But yeah, definitely while I'm pregnant, yeah. I do have HG hyperemesis, but it has been pretty well decently managed the last couple weeks. I have Zofran that I can take when I need it. I have B6, I have Unisum, but I really haven't needed to take anything. I take Unisum every night to sleep anyway, but I haven't actually needed to take anything in a little while, which I'm so grateful for because there was a point, one day in particular that was like the worst it's ever been, where I was literally throwing up like, sorry, this is like gross, but like just like nothing. It was like clear fluid. Like it was like there's nothing. I would drink water, I'd throw that up. Like it was just awful. Like I couldn't keep anything down. I had to go to the hospital so they could give me fluids and IV Zofran. And I haven't gained any weight at all yet this pregnancy. I lost my first couple appointments and then I maintained for my last one, but I'm expecting to gain this next one because I have been pretty hungry, and not as nauseous, so I'm actually eating now. But yeah, that so far, I mean, like, it sucked, but compared to my first pregnancy, it's not as bad, which seems crazy because people are like, you were literally vomiting for like 20 weeks straight. But my first pregnancy, I also couldn't stand up for more than 5, maybe 20, let's say 20 minutes max, without really feeling like I was going to faint, and then sometimes actually fainting. So, not to mention I had severe, like muscle aches through my legs the entire pregnancy, and severe SPD with my first pregnancy. I do have SPD again, but it's not anywhere near as bad. Like, it's manageable. It's worse at night, or worse after I have to chase my toddler down the road. That's happened. But yeah, it's not like, this pregnancy has been a lot easier for me, which I'm very, very thankful for. It was also another girl. Baby P is what we're calling her for now. We do have a name, but we're just going to wait till she's born to announce it. But yeah, so we have Aurora, a little over 2-year-old. Her birthday's in January, and then Baby P. I almost slipped and said the name. Baby P in August. So my due date is August 17th. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be induced this time or not. My OB did offer, because I was, expressing some of my worries with labor and delivery, along with having childcare for my daughter. Like, we're not a family that has, like, people around all the time, people that live 5 minutes down the road. We don't have, like, super, super close friends that watch her all the time. So it's scary for me to, like, not know. And I still haven't decided one way or another. I'm leaning against it and just kind of hoping that I go into labor before or at 39 weeks. That'd be great, because I want to give her all the time that she needs to cook, of course. But I went into labor with Aurora the day before my due date, and she came out on my due date. So, like, literally 20 minutes into my due date. But yeah, so that's what we're thinking on that. As for labor and delivery, we don't really have a birth plan besides I'm gonna try and relax more. I'm gonna try and bring things and remember to use things that will relax me more. Like, I didn't do anything in my first labor. Like, I didn't touch my phone, I didn't do anything, I didn't look at the TV. I just stood there, or laid there in pain for hours on end. So I want to bring my phone, maybe watch some YouTube, listen to freaking Cardi B, whatever I need to do to, like, chill a little bit, to just bring my anxiety down. I'm not sure if I'm going to try the epidural. This is a different hospital I'm delivering at, so hopefully if I do try the epidural, they will get it right and listen to me if it's not working. But yeah, I haven't decided one way or another if I want the epidural or not, because that is a lot of pain. A lot of pain. People that tell you that labor and delivery doesn't hurt, which I find it funny. I've watched a lot of people's, like, birth stories, and they're like, oh, well, it didn't hurt, but, like, they had an epidural. So it's like, you don't know. You don't know the actual pain. Like, I have no problem with people getting an epidural at all. That's just, like, you don't know if it hurt because you were numbed. I got the epidural, but I was not numbed at all. Like, at all. Like, I could move completely, like I am now. So, I kind of want it just because the stories I've heard are so much more calming and relaxing. The videos I see where people have epidurals, they can just chill and smile. And the only time I was smiling in my labor was when I was pushing, which were, like, in between pushes, I guess. Those were finally, because I felt like I had to push the whole time. I was finally ready to push, and, like, it felt horrible but also great at the same time. Like, it's a weird feeling of worst pain in my life and also super, super, super relieving. So yeah, I was talking and a lot better while I was pushing, but yeah, I'm not sure. The numbness thing kind of scares me. Like, I'm scared that it's going to take me way longer to push her out because I won't be able to feel. So, like, those are my concerns with the epidural. But yeah, overall, earlier on in the pregnancy, my biggest symptoms were obviously breast tenderness, and I have this weird, like, occasional, like, searing nipple pain. And it's, like, it's horrendous. Like, it's really bad. It comes and goes. Like, it's not, and it will last for maybe, like, an hour, but it's horrible. I don't know why, but I already have, like, if I squeeze, like, I can get colostrum out. So, like, I'm only 23 weeks, and I've had that for probably since, like, 18 or 19 weeks. And I'm not planning on breastfeeding this time, so it's like, can you just stop? But, yeah, so that was that. Obviously, a lot of nausea, a lot of throwing up, heartburn, breast tenderness, I do feel her move now, just about, yeah, every day now for the last, I want to say like a good week and a half. I felt her move at least once a day. And then before that, it was like random, kind of here and there. I do remember feeling movements very early, like 12 to 13 weeks. But then I went like a week without feeling anything. So I'm like, was that movement? But that's exactly what it felt like. So I don't know. I do know my placenta is posterior this time and not anterior. So that would explain why, also it being my second pregnancy, why I'm feeling things so much stronger this time. So much earlier. The more the more pregnancies you have, usually the earlier you feel it, is what I'm trying to say. Unless you have an anterior placenta, it can go kind of either way, but we'll see. So we did have our anatomy scan. Unfortunately, it didn't go that great. I don't know. I don't want to sound like it went bad because we don't know. Essentially, she was just in a bad position for the anatomy scan. And I was there for like literally almost 2 hours. They did everything. They put me in Trendelenburg, which was basically my boobs to my face because I have large breasts, so that was like pretty much torture. They like moved my stomach, you know, I drank soda, I ate some candy, I took like 5 billion walks, like I jumped up and down, like just nothing. She was comfortable, like, I don't know. But they didn't get a lot of pictures that they need, like important pictures like of her heart. We didn't get to see the profile. We only got the scary front skull profile that you see, that nobody wants to see. Like, so I'm going back this coming Wednesday. So it's Thursday right now. So next Wednesday, I will be going and we're gonna try again. I honestly feel like she's literally in the exact same spot. So I don't know if that's also a concern. Like, why isn't she changing positions? Because I know she's moving, but she's not changing position, so I don't know if that's a concern. But like she feels like she's in the center to the right a little bit. So yeah. I did notice in the anatomy scan report that the head was measuring pretty small, like 2 weeks behind. So like less than the 10th percentile for both head measurements that they did. So I'm not sure if that's a concern. My OB hasn't called me and said, hey, like something's up, but I also don't know if they would bother until after they do the follow-up ultrasound. But yeah, so yeah, that's all we really know. I haven't gained weight yet. My anatomy ultrasound went meh. I'm due in August. It is another girl. We did the blood test, however, they weren't able to confirm it, like with the anatomy ultrasound, but like the blood test that they do at the doctor's office is like literally so accurate that I'd be very surprised if it was wrong. But hopefully hopefully it was right, because we are not prepared for a boy at all. He would be wearing girl clothes for the next 2 years, so but yeah, we are super excited. Aurora, our 2-year-old, doesn't really understand how much her life is about to change. She sometimes, if I point out my belly to her, she'll either cover it up or like basically jump on me. So there's been a couple times where she'll like kiss it and she can say baby sister. She can kind of say her name, not really. But we have like a big sister book for her, and we've been trying to like slowly get her used to the idea, and we show her the ultrasound pictures, which she tries to tear, but so we'll see how she does with the transition. I'll plan on vlogging it as much as I can for, you know, other moms that are, you know, about to have their second kid. I think it's interesting to see, and I've definitely been watching a lot of those videos, and a lot of them are like, oh, it's the royal hell. So I'm like, great. But I am excited, really excited, really nervous, but I feel more confident in myself as a parent for sure. Like, I know what I'm doing, what my plan is, and I know to not feel like let down about myself if something doesn't go the right way. You know, whether that be feeding or my labor, like whatever. I mean, obviously, like if I have a C-section, I'm not prepared at all. But we'll see. She's breech right now, which is funny because Aurora was literally head down the whole time. Like my 8-week ultrasound, she was head down. Like, I'm not sure why. That's just how she liked it. 20-week ultrasound, head down. 32 ultrasound, head down. I do get an extra ultrasound, at least one extra ultrasound at 32 weeks to check my growth, her growth, because of my thyroid condition. They just like to make sure that they're growing okay. So yes, I think that's it. I'm probably forgetting something, like some random symptom or something about my labor I wanted to say, but yeah, if you guys have any questions or, you know, your own experiences with having your transition to 2 kids or your second pregnancy, your second labor, how it was different from the first, I'd love to know. Luckily with my first, my labor was very fast. Like, it wasn't a 24-hour labor. I got in the hospital at 1 p.m. She came out at 12:28 p.m. a.m. technically, like in the morning. But like I pushed her out in 9 minutes. And it wasn't like every single time they came to check on me, I had dilated like a couple more centimeters. So like it wasn't like I stalled ever in my labor, which is shocking because I was fighting it very hard. I was like, no. But yeah, I also do have an Instagram that I will be linking down below. I would love to follow more mamas, more second-time mamas, first-time mamas, whatever. And I appreciate any y'all support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.